Hey everybody, this is Nate from Geezer Skate, and today we're talking T&C, aka Town and Country, Surf, and Skate design. Specifically, we're going to talk about this awesome deck here, the Quad. This deck is anything but generic. I love this thing. From the shape to the color scheme, the graphic design elements that they used, everything about this just screams perfect 80s skateboard. But first, a little history. T&C was formed in 1971 by a guy named Craig S. Sorry, Craig, I'm not going to say your last name because I'm probably going to say it wrong, and I don't want to do that. You're a legend, and I can't thank you enough for starting this awesome company and doing what you do best, which is creating boards for people to ride, whether that's on the land or the ocean. Craig S. in 1971 opened up the original Town and Country surf shop in Pearl City, Hawaii. Pearl City is the town part of T&C, and the North Shore is the country part. So in the island of Oahu, you had these two areas, the town and country, which were working together. This is Craig's philosophy, is that everything works together in harmony. So you had the town working together with the country, and you needed both to achieve this balance, as just like the surfer needs the water. And it all worked together in the logo that he used, the yin-yang symbol. Like a lot of surf manufacturers in the 1970s, Craig wasn't just satisfied to stay with surfing, he got into the skateboard market. So in 1978, Craig released the first Town and Country skateboard. It was just a plain affair, just with the name T&C on the bottom of the board and nothing else. It wasn't until the 80s that they started using a lot more complicated, colorful, and graphical design elements. And boy, am I glad they did. Because to me, nothing screams 1980s skateboarding like T&C. I came from a landlocked town in deep East Texas. We didn't know anything about surfing other than what we saw in pop culture. I was in my 20s before the first time I actually saw the ocean for myself, but growing up, everything about surf culture was awesome. You had the music. My parents were baby boomers, so I grew up with the Beach Boys and Jan and Dean, Sidewalk Surfing, Surfing Safari, Surfing USA, etc., as well as these incredible video games like T&C Surf Designs presents Wood and Water Rage, California Games, Skate or Die, and 720 Skateboarding, to name a few. These games and the pop culture, the clothing, etc. I mean, you could go to Walmart and get t-shirts with all of these surf expressions, surf spots, photos, drawings of people surfing. It just, everybody wanted to surf. I mean, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, we always wanted to be Spicoli, man. I mean, it was, he's the coolest guy, walking around, in your slip-on Vans and your board shorts. Aloha, Mr. Hand, I mean, that's captured our imaginations. Or, in Goonies, what's his name? He was sporting all of the T&C shirts, with the classic Steve Nazar artwork. Speaking of artwork, unfortunately, we do not know who the artist for this deck is. It could be Steve Nazar. He was working for T&C at that time, but he was doing more of the things like on here, creating the Boyz or the Thrilla crew, Thrilla Gorilla, Joe Cool, Wave Warrior, Surf Monster, and more. I don't know if he, in fact, did this graphic. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but unfortunately, we don't have any record of it. So if anybody knows, please leave a comment down below, because I for sure would love to know who this artist is and give them a proper shout out, because this graphic is awesome. I just love this so much. It is so colorful. The design elements are incredible. It's just the perfect blend of 1980s culture. When I think of 1980s skateboarding, T&C is right up there for me with Powell Peralta and Zorlak. Like, those three companies right there are pretty much the embodiment of 1980s skateboarding. Sadly, unfortunately, from what I can tell, T&C is not in the reissue market right now. Maybe we should start a petition because they're still making surfboards. Unfortunately, they're not making skateboards currently. And it would be awesome if we could get them to do like what Madrid or Brand X or Powell Peralta are doing, you know, even Santa Cruz, you know, where they're all reissuing classic shapes, classic graphics, with maybe a bit of a modern concave, some with just the original concave. Heck, I don't care. I mean, this has no concave whatsoever. This thing is flat. But if I could get a sweet reissue of this to ride around, man, I'd be all over that. Because as much as I want to put this back together and ride this thing, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I know skateboards are made to be ridden and loved. I just don't know, you know, if I can do that with this bad boy here or not. So what do y'all think? Do you think I should rehab this bad boy? Get some new bushings, some fresh wheels, put the rails on, see if maybe my good friend over at Lil John's Rails can manufacture a tailplate for this? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thanks for watching. Check out one of our other videos about old school content. And while you're here, subscribe, leave us a comment, and like this video for more.